social media has a really big impact on the way that we view ourselves or our self-perception. This perception can be broken down into how we feel about our appearance, how we behave, how we think, and how we feel. Since I am a personal stylist, I'm going to be looking at this through the lens of a physical self-perception just because that's kind of my forte. But obviously, all these different facets really go together and intertwine, so you can't really separate one part of your self-perception from another. The way that we perceive our physical form and physical appearance greatly affects our beauty routines, how we take care of ourselves or don't take care of ourselves, and also how we talk about ourselves or to ourselves. For some reason, this conversation lacks a lot of nuance. It seems like there's two really extreme views when it comes to talking about our physical appearance. Some people say that we pay way too much attention to how we look, that it doesn't actually matter, and that we should focus more on our internal attributes, while people on the other side are really concerned with reaching physical perfection. They're terrified of aging. They think that their appearance is the most important thing about them, but I think that the truth lies somewhere in the middle. I think that physical appearance is important on multiple levels. Our physical body and how we present ourselves is how we navigate life. It is how we express our inner world and our soul outwardly. But again, if we focus too much on our physical appearance, then it cuts us off from the ability to truly express our inner essence. So ultimately, both of these extremes have a negative effect on our self-perception. With all that said, it can be a lot to try to sort through the different beliefs and thoughts and beauty habits that we have to see which ones are actually aligned with who we are and what we value, and which ones have come from a warped self-perception that we have developed from social media and influencers and magazines and movies. The 4 questions that I'm about to share with you are things that I have to stop and ask myself sometimes, because I'm definitely not immune to this warped self-perception, but these questions really help me to slow down and to realign with who I am, making sure that the way that I'm presenting myself and the way that I'm engaging with my physical appearance are actually healthy for me. And I hope that they're helpful for you too. So the first question to ask yourself is this my insecurity, or did I absorb this or inherit this from somebody else? When I was younger, I definitely had certain insecurities about different body parts or about the fact that I'm super pale. And when I finally asked myself this question, it was so freeing, because I realized that I didn't have to keep feeling embarrassed or insecure about something that other people were trying to make me feel insecure about. I realized that I was really in control about how I feel about myself and the way that I see myself, a lot more than I initially thought. This can be extrapolated to things like your personal style or the makeup that you wear, your house, your clothes. Let go of those insecurities that were never yours to begin with, because our society thrives on making people feel less than so that they continue to buy and strive for unattainable perfection. My second question to ask yourself is also related to this, but this is more for whenever you're scrolling on TikTok or you're scrolling on Instagram, wherever you do your scrolling, and you come across the newest thing that you're supposed to be insecure about, because I feel like they introduce a new woman's body part or feature of our face that we're supposed to try to correct like every 3 days. So when that happens, I want you to ask yourself, did I feel relief because they gave me a solution to my insecurity? Or did I feel shame because I didn't realize it was a problem to begin with? When I started to tap into how my body was responding to different pieces of content, how it was actually making me feel about myself, it gave me a lot of clarity around how I actually perceive myself. I also just hate for people to tell me how I feel. Like, I don't want somebody to tell me that I have to have this beauty product or this piece of clothing or this type of underwear, whatever it is. I don't need somebody else to make that decision for me. I want to make that decision for myself based on my values, based on my own self-perception. And so this question is really helpful for me to not fall for the marketing tactics, not fall for kind of the groupthink that we have around our insecurities. And bonus points, not only is this going to help you have a better self-perception, this is also going to save you money, because you're not going to be so quick to buy everything that's being sold to you in your feed. For the third question, I would love to know in the comments if this is relatable for anybody else, but I used to find getting ready for the day super, super exhausting. I didn't love getting dressed. I did not love doing my makeup or my hair. And I finally realized it was because I was doing what I thought I needed to do and not what I actually wanted to do. The question to ask yourself when it comes to kind of like auditing your beauty routines and your personal style is, do I feel invigorated when I'm doing this, or do I feel depleted? So a specific example from my life, which could be completely different for you, I really hate wearing makeup. I really hate specifically eye makeup and face makeup. I hated the way that I felt when I was putting it on. I did not like spending time trying to learn how to apply eyeshadow. When I finally allowed myself to admit that and to let that part of my life go, I enjoy getting ready a lot more. Another really common example I think a lot of people might relate to is your skincare routine. Right now, it's really being pushed that we need to have 5, 6, 7, 10-step routines. And not everybody enjoys doing that amount of skincare, and not everyone needs that amount of skincare. My nighttime skincare routine right now is 4 to 5 steps, and that is perfect. I still feel very luxurious. I feel like I'm actually taking care of my skin, but it doesn't feel like a chore. It doesn't make me feel tired. I'm excited to go do my skincare routine, but it's not this performative thing where I'm trying to keep up with everyone else. And my fourth question to ask yourself, and this is something that I ask myself on nearly a daily basis, even if I don't love myself today, am I respecting myself? I don't think that self-love is hammered down as much as it was a few years ago. It was talked about so much, but it came off as this kind of like toxic positivity of we always need to love ourselves no matter what. It just wasn't realistic. And it made me feel like I was doing something wrong because I did not constantly love myself. So I decided that instead of trying to love myself every day, I was going to take actions that come from self-respect. Even though I don't love myself today, I'm still going to put on clothes that make me feel good. Even though I don't love myself today, I'm still going to do my skincare routine because I want to have healthy skin. Even though I don't love myself today, I'm still going to wash my hair so that my scalp isn't itchy. You can fill in the blanks for yourself. Switching from a place of toxic self-love to a place of realistic self-respect changed my self-perception immensely. Hopefully this doesn't come off cheesy, but it helps me to be in a mental place of I'm a human and every human is worthy of respect and care and good things. It really allows me to have more self-compassion and to care for myself on a more regular basis instead of just waiting for when I'm feeling my absolute best. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If any of these questions stuck out to you in particular, if you have any questions that you would add to the list that might help somebody else that is watching and reading the comments. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.